and welcome back to The Good, The Bad and The Overrated, sponsored by Audible. I am your host, Clara Bracegirdle, and in this week's episode we're diving into Dorian Kendall's new psychological thriller, Illicit, with my special guest and close personal friend, Nat Hanna. Welcome, Nat.
Thank you for having me.
So, Nat, let's get right into it. You worked closely with Mr. Kendall whilst creating Illicit, so at what point did you become involved with the whole project?
So Dorian approached me with his idea for Illicit, and it was kind of more of a what if we did this than a fully fleshed out concept.
Yeah.
So I went and did a bunch of research into different genre conventions and stereotypes to fit in with this idea of complement through contrast. So two different genres that are completely contrasting from each other, and that's what makes them work when they're placed in the same environment. So I ended up watching a bunch of different openings, from sitcoms like Friends and Married with Children.
Friends. I'll be there for you.
Yeah, and then I ended up going for Pearl and Black Swan as our base kind of case studies for psychological thrillers.
Yeah.
And this ended up forming our idea of what we wanted the opening specifically to look like as a way to introduce these two different genres in the theme of complement through contrast.
Yeah. So how exactly did you prep for the production? Because I can imagine it's quite a long process, and especially since you're basically filming two different projects at once because they've both got completely different genres. But how did that process, go?
Yeah, so we kind of decided the basis of what shots we wanted based on our research.
Yeah.
And I ended up writing a shot list specifically of the real ones we really wanted to get footage of.
Yeah.
And so then next came everyone's favourite part, the shoot schedule, which took a very long time because our actors had all these scheduling issues and it was a whole thing. And I just really wanted to make sure that we covered all of our bases and got all of our footage, so then we wouldn't be stuck having to do a reshoot specifically for the opening.
Yeah. Okay, so you've done all of your planning and prep for the shoot day, but once it was all over, what was a couple of highlights that you had from that day?
I mean, that sequence day, we filmed the opening in one day to just save on time.
Yeah.
It was definitely memorable. There was a lot of footage we had to shoot, and we were location hopping back and forth in this little bus crammed with all our equipment and everyone. But I did actually manage to learn some camera skills from the team.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing of studying shots means you have to learn how to get them on a camera.
Yeah.
So they ended up teaching me a camera 101, so your tripod and your white balances and filming so you don't get glare in the middle of your shot, because it was somehow the sunniest day, the one day we wanted to film outside and the sun was right in our camera lens. But so I had to be camera operator for a day, and that was definitely really fun.
Yeah. What would you say is the weirdest thing that you had to do while shooting?
So it was the last shot of the day. We were all exhausted, and we had to shoot all the footage for the bathroom scene.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, so we hadn't actually measured out if we could fit the entire team into the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I helped the cameraman set up the camera. We had our actor in there. And obviously we wanted to use the mirror of this bathroom. So the cameraman was in the corner doing his thing. I ended up straddled over the toilet.
Oh my God.
Hunched in a corner to not be in the reflection, which took us way too many takes to be able to realise, oh, we can see you. And the whole time that everyone else is just waiting this to be over, oh, this is taking too long. And eventually we were why aren't they opening the door? We're done. So I had to go, oh yeah, we're done. The car, we're done. It's a wrap.
Oh God. Oh, that sounds memorable, that one. I'm sure you'd love being straddled over a toilet. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the world of post-production, here is a quick message from one of our sponsors for this episode, Audible. Audible's got a huge selection of books, podcasts and interviews just like this, and you can listen anywhere. I've been listening to How Not to Make a Short Film by Roberta Marie Monroe, teaching you the do's and don'ts of filmmaking along with some behind the scenes and some anecdotes. You can listen anywhere, driving, at the gym, whatever. A new member can also try Audible for free for 30 days with the code OVERRATED with a capital O 2026. Back to the episode. So, you've got all your footage and you're ready to move on to the next stage.
Yep.
Was that any easier for you compared to the earlier sections of this stage?
At the start it was.
Oh, right.
So it was going great. We were like really ahead of schedule, and if you know anything about the industry, we are never ahead of schedule.
Yep.
So we had everything. We had a whole opening sequence. We were like, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
All the software was working perfectly. I ended up learning some stuff from the editors, and then we showed it to one of the producers,
Right.
who then flagged an issue. Was that we'd used some copyright-free music as like a mock-up before we would buy a licensing for it. They didn't like the song.
Okay.
And this was after we had shown them what song we were doing in pre-production.
Oh my god.
So it took them a very long time to be like, oh no,
God.
it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit a family sitcom because it's was A New Girlfriend by Blacktop Banks.
Oh right,
which
yeah.
has the keyword of a new girlfriend, repeated about 8 million times in the thing. So I ended up rewriting, re-recording the song.
Oh my god.
With another like musician, a singer, in this music studio, which delayed us by about at least 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
So then we were behind schedule,
Oh
which was
God.
not fun.
Oh god. Oh
And
god.
then, since we had now this extra time, we had an extension for it. I ended up saying, "Oh, can we look at this later section, like the bathroom scene?" Because originally it was just had silence, just the diegetic sound. So we ended up kind of composing the soundscape for it with the mixing of the motif from the sitcom opening. So it made it better. It didn't help all the late nights and stuff we had to do for it, but we did actually end up winning an audience nominated award for it,
wow,
which
well
was
done.
very validating of all our
I can
extra
imagine,
work.
Well done for that award. Now that's pretty
you.
impressive. That's a big achievement. But that is the end of all my questions. So thank you very much for joining this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.